Tell me about it.
Okay, here. So I remember how you told me how you're like, maybe you should read a poem. I feel right now that I maybe want to do that about Korea. And the reason is because I think that, like, right now I'm so in a way disconnected from my Korean experience, especially since that I'm like immersed in this New Zealand thing right now. So I kind of want to read the poem and then see what you think, and then maybe like take it from there and see if it brings up anything that's like worthwhile to talk about. But it's kind of just like sums up like a year in that experience. Is
Sounds
that okay?
great. Sounds great.
Okay, I have the poem on my phone, so let me access it
You have
right
to
now.
help me though. I will tell you how it makes me feel, and then you have to talk about it too.
Okay, perfect. Okay, this is good. We can debrief our feelings afterwards. God, you're an amazing human. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. 안녕하세요. I shut the door behind me and I cry. I sit down on a bed that I can't yet call my own. The time it takes to unpack my entire life, which is stuffed inside 2 suitcases, isn't nearly enough. Monday through Friday, Sally rings my doorbell around 8 a.m. so that we can walk to school together. This walk is a walk that we both take for granted. It takes us about 10 minutes to walk to Songji Middle School, Songji Junghakyo. We stroll past the corner kimpasa that has the best tuna kimbap. Occasionally, we stop for coffee. Americano 주세요? We make our way through the mess of students that are huddled at the door putting on their school slippers. Every day they shout, "Good morning, teacher." We walk upstairs to the teacher's office and put our own slippers on our feet. Her name is Kum Hyang Soon, but we call her Kum Mother. Kum Yo-il means Friday in Korean, but I always go with her on Tuesdays. Kum is also the word for gold in Korean, the color that Koreans wrap gifts in. She is a gold woman. She picks me up after school. I jump in the back seat behind my best friend Erin. Kum hits the gas pedal and says, "Usasa!" We all say, "Shinanda, shinanda." I'm excited. Dinner menu mogo? Kum takes her hands off the steering wheel, appearing to weigh the different invisible options. We go downtown and park in the same underground parking. Jihad Juchajang, my favorite Korean word. Sometimes we stop at Somun Market for apples or hotak, my favorite Korean treat. A sweet donut filled with cinnamon sugar and sunflower seeds, fried right before your eyes, ears hearing the sounds of sizzling dough. It gets stuffed into a paper cup as you hand over your 1,000 won note. It's usually almost dark when Kum brings me back to my apartment. Before I hop out of the car, we sing children's songs. Santoki. 산토끼 토끼야 어디로 가느냐 깡슝깡슝 뛰면서 어디로 가느냐. Mountain Rabbit. Kum says, "I want to see you again." The last time I see Sally, she's walking me to the corner kimpasa to help me load my whole life stuffed inside 2 suitcases into a bag. The same 2 suitcases that I arrived with took way too long to pack. They're filled with Korean dishware and memories, but they don't exceed 50 pounds. In one of them lies a red envelope which holds a note Sally wrote, which to this day I have never read. The last time I see Kum Mother, she is with me and Erin on the KTX train. Our tickets are for Incheon Gonghang, Incheon Airport. We sit and we eat doenjang jjigae, bean paste soup. We postpone my departure as long as possible, but security moves much too quickly. I look back at Erin and Mother and see tears in their eyes. They are singing. The man at immigration makes me hand over my Korean identification card, tangible proof that I lived here. I buy some kimchi at the duty-free store and I shove it into my already too full carry-on bag, which I bring onto the plane and shove into the already too full overhead compartment. 안녕히 계세요. I sit in my window seat and I cry.
Well,
And that,
that's amazing. What did you say?
how does it make you feel?
Oh my God, Kay. That was really cool. Like the importance of capturing an experience, whether it's traveling or some monumental experience in your life through words or writing, and especially art, to actually really physically and mentally bring you back to that space. And it's weird because, like, the first, I guess, like 20 seconds of it, oh, if it was kind of like I felt like you were going to Korea, and I was like, oh, it's kind of like this big fear move, and it sounded like you were sad and like scared, and then all of a sudden, like it just went from 0 to 100 of like I felt like bliss, like almost like this childhood nostalgia, I guess. And yeah, because it made me think of, when you are in school, that's like a chapter of your life growing up that is so different than the rest of your life. And you'll never get a second chance at that unless you become a teacher.
Totally.
So yeah, I have a lot of comments on that. That was a good idea.
It was your idea.
I have a lot to say. So when did you write that poem?
I wrote that poem um, when I was in grad school. So probably maybe a year after I had come back
Wow.
from, so a while afterwards, because I was trying to not forget the memories. Because it's the weird thing about traveling, and especially about traveling when you live somewhere, was that like all of like things that were a very normal part of your experience or your life, like me walking to school every day, or this 65-year-old Korean woman picking me up and taking me to dinner every Tuesday. Like those things were very normal for me, but like now they're just memories, and like that's quite sad. So I was like trying to feel those feelings again and like put myself back in that place, because like I don't want to forget it, like, but it is like a longing and a nostalgia of something that once was, that can never be again, and so trying to just be there a little bit. And so I was really trying to do that with words, um, and especially like the songs and like learning Korean, and like those things like bring me back, like, and even now, like I've forgotten a lot of the Korean that I once knew, but the children's songs that my Korean mother taught me, like those I still have, like those are things that like, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to forget, like those little songs that she would teach us just to try to help us improve like our Korean. Um, yeah, so I want to hold on to those memories.
Wow, that's amazing. That like perfectly describes your experience teaching English in Korea with that poem. And yeah, I have so many questions and comments. I like what you said, the sad part that they are memories that you're trying to at least hold on to, which I think it is important to hold on to some memories, because in the end, like everything becomes a memory anyway. And I watched some videos on the Centurion Club. They just like interviewed like three or four people who like had hit 100 and like asked them about their lives. And, most of them kind of just said, I've done everything I wanted to do. And like now I just try and help out where I can. And like all I really have are memories. So some really beautiful memories. So it's a cool video.
Wow.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. I hope I can live to be 100.